Prophetic warning about prophetic words. People have started using the word prophetic in all kinds of ways. And so I hear a lot about people releasing a prophetic word or giving somebody a prophetic word, and sometimes they mean different things. Now, I'm not necessarily addressing whether it's biblical or not, but I'm just trying to clarify things when somebody uses these terms. The first one is probably the one we're most familiar with. It's just something that's going to happen in the future. Like there's nothing you can do to change that. It's absolutely going to happen. If you're going to get the check in the mail on, September the 4th, it's going to happen. You can stand on your head. You can move to California. You can take a trip to China, but you're going to get that check in September. Okay. That's kind of the classic definition. And I think that's what a lot of people think. Now, there's another way that people use it as well. And they could say something like, hey, you're going to get a check in September. If you keep it going the way you're going. In other words, if you keep trying to sell your apples or whatever, it's going to work out in September. In other words, if you didn't sell the apples, if you stop selling them, you're not going to get your check. Okay, that's fine if somebody says that up front, a conditional type thing. But sometimes I think people, they make this prophetic word like this is going to happen. And then you come back later to them like, hey, it didn't happen. Like, oh, it's conditional. So you might want to check on that first and just say, hey, what do you mean by this exactly? Another way I see people using this word is almost in place of a prayer. So it's like they say, you will receive a check in September. That doesn't mean that they've seen that the check is coming or the Lord has told them that. They're just sort of pronouncing that like they would pray. I'm praying for you that the check comes in September. But you may not understand it that way or hear it that way. And you just think, well, hey, thank goodness. And then you're believing the Lord has spoke to this person and told them this thing, which they don't even believe that. So you always want to make sure that you know what people are saying. Ask some questions like, what do you mean exactly by this? Is this something that's going to come true no matter what? There's nothing you can do to stop it. Or what exactly are you saying? Because, man, you could make some really big life mistakes. Now, don't get scared. Have faith in God rather so than prophetic words. I mean, it's okay to believe that God told somebody that, but in the end, have faith that God, He's going to take care of you, okay? Don't get in fear about prophetic words. It does happen. It's happened to me. People have given me accurate prophetic word that happened in this specific time frame. I believe it was totally from God. It is a real thing. But unfortunately, there's a lot of confusion and all kinds of stuff around that. It seems to be just a buzzword that a lot of people use. And hey, if you would like a prayer cloth, please look down in the comments. I'll tell you how to get those. We're also having our meetup in Franklin, Tennessee, which is right outside of Nashville, Tennessee, August 23rd, 2025. We're going to try to make these a lot more regular. We had a big practically a year of no meetups, but we're going to try to get this back going. Okay, so hopefully you can see there, you can ask these type of questions. It's a very informal type situation. It's going to be at a restaurant. It's not going to be like some big lecture series or something like that. Please come, please ask these type of questions. I think it'll be so good for you. Hope to see you there. God bless you.